Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, Drew Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video after episode 2 of The Walking Dead Ones Who Live. We're going to talk about how gutsy this show is and how much they do not care and how much Scott Gimple has really changed the course and the stakes of the Walking Dead franchise. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video for the Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, leading up to, of course, episode 3 now. Of course, you can go ahead and check out the review and the predictions in the channel right now. We reviewed episode 2, and we also gave our predictions for what we think is going to happen in episode 3. Now, this was definitely the first topic I wanted to talk about getting off of episode 2, because this is a huge topic, and obviously, it's a pretty big concentration throughout the first 2 episodes, which is that the Walking Dead Ones Who Live has guts, is what I'm going to call this, because it does. Oh my god, like seriously. And, you know, I went through a lot of your comments in yesterday's review, same with episode 1, and a lot of people have said the same thing, which is that, holy shit, they kill characters. Oh my god, you know? And some looked at this as a positive thing, as did I, because I think we've been in desperate need of this, and some people looked at it as a negative thing. Now, let's review both sides of this, right? Why do I personally defend it? Well, personally, I defend it, and I'm probably going to offend a lot of people when I say this, but I'm going to say it. You guys know me. I got no filter. Angela Kang was way too much of a softie when it came to Walking Dead writing. I'm just going to be honest. The Pikes were underwhelming in the show. They were not the level that they were in the in the comics. And, you know, she killed, what, Sadiq? You know, she killed Alpha Beta, which is a given, they're villains, yeah, sure. She killed Alden in the final season. And then Christian Serrato's asked for Rosita not to survive the show, so she said, okay, here you go. My main point about this is they did not kill enough characters during Angela Kang's time on the show. It's not that I'm not saying that they didn't. They definitely killed characters while she was on the show. But you could definitely tell, especially in Season 10 and Season 11, she went very light, which is not a good way to write a zombie story, if you ask me. I'm not saying to go ahead and do, like, you know, Glenn Mazzara, we gotta kill everybody and stuff like that, but make it realistic, you know? And one of the things I always appreciate, and it's why I'm always such a big defender of Scott Gimple, no matter what anybody says, I know Scott Gimple gets a lot of hate, besides the death of Carl, because I do agree that Carl's death was a bad idea. And there is no fixing that. That was a terrible idea. Although, it's been 7 years. I wish people would get over it. But I really wish people wouldn't hold him accountable for that forever. But, you know, it was bad. Absolutely. But here's the thing. Besides Carl, I can't really personally at least say that I have a problem with any of the deaths that he's done. You know, maybe not execution, but I'm talking about, you know, the choice of killing off that character. You know, besides Carl's death, I can't really say I've disagreed with the death that Scott Gimple has done during his time on the show. And one of the things I appreciate about Scott Gimple's writing in comparison to Angela Kang's writing, and it's why I'll always say that Scott Gimple is a better writer than Angela Kang. Angela Kang was very careful. She was very cautious, which is not a bad thing, but eventually it gets a little much. Not to mention, no offense to Angela Kang, I found that she did way too many just sappy relationships and a lot of really just out of the ordinary stuff. It wasn't all bad. She did good things for the show, don't get me wrong. But I don't feel like her writing was as tight as Scott Gimple. Yes, she's an upgrade from Season 8. I do agree Scott Gimple kind of fell off in Season 8. But here's the thing, is that Scott Gimple has also written some of the best seasons we've ever seen of this franchise. And I feel like people forget that. He wrote Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, which are regarded as some of the greatest seasons of television. And I would agree with that, you know. And now with The Walking Dead Ones Who Live, I don't know about y'all, but I am in a really, really, really great mood with Scott Gimple's writing right now. I really am. Because it's fresh, you know? Angela Kang, one of the things that she did with the show, and I don't know if it was intentional, but it was very apparent to me. I felt safe with most of the characters. I was never worried about Daryl. I was never worried about, like, Maggie. I was never worried about Negan. And you know what's funny? This is pre-spinoffs announcements, like, before they spoiled it. Then it's not her fault. It's AMC's fault. But even before that, I can't ever say, I don't know what it was about Angela's writing. I was never scared for those A-lister characters. I never was. Like, I was never scared for Daryl, never scared for Negan, never scared for, you know, Carol and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what it is. Angela's style of writing, it almost like made me feel safe in a way. Which during season 9, I was all right with that because we lost Rick. I'm a defender of the idea that yes, season 9 should go light on the deaths because, Rick was, a huge character and we lost him to the plot. So, it makes sense. But season 10 and season 11, oh my God, I literally, like, it would be times where it would just be red shirt deaths. And, like, everybody would always get out. Everybody would always get out pretty much untouched. And that would just be it, And that was one of my biggest gripes with the final 2 seasons of The Walking Dead in particular. Ones Who Live Now speaking, they have done a phenomenal job with this show. I am on the edge of my seat 24/7 watching these characters. It's kind of a given that Rick will survive till the finale at least, but I got to admit, every other character, I'm on the edge of my seat. And that's really good. And that is Scott Gimple's writing for you. And that's The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Not this modern day Walking Dead that's like, oh yeah, Daryl's safe, Maggie's safe, Negan's safe. Yep, don't have to worry about that. Like, I can't stand that shit. Look, and it's not because I want those characters to die. That probably sounds like I do. It's not because I want the characters to die. I just miss the old days of Walking Dead in season 4, season 5, season 6, where you would watch the show and you would be absolutely terrified when you turn that episode on, not knowing who's going to make it out and who's going to survive and who's going to die, in that hour block. That is one of the greatest things about the early days of Walking Dead. And I'm actually starting to get that vibe again. And it's Scott Gimple. Scott Gimple is a great writer when it comes to character deaths. Besides Carl, again, I don't include Carl in that conversation. I love how ballsy he is. But it always works. Again, besides Carl, I don't agree with Carl. Because I feel like people would be like, oh my God, Carl, But besides that, I love the way this guy does his deaths. I really do. I love the way that he does, You don't expect it. You think this character is going to be huge in the show. Bam, they die. It's realistic. It rips your heart out because you start enjoying them. Same with, this episode, like, with Nat. You really get attached to him. You really like him. You think, oh, yeah, he's going to be around for a good bit. He's all over the trailers and stuff like that. No, they kill him off, which is incredible. Because, again, I know a lot of people are angry about that. They're like, oh, my God, they're killing everybody. Like, why is everybody dying in this show? I love it. It's a breath of fresh air. It's an absolute, just unique take. And again, the only characters I can say right now you shouldn't kill is Rick and maybe Major General Beale, because Major General Beale definitely needs some more screen time before he gets killed off. But, aside from that, I love how ballsy Ones Who Live is. And I don't know if that's just me, but I love the amount of deaths we've had in this show. It feels real. It feels like it actually has stakes to it. You're actually worried about some of these characters. I'm not going to lie to y'all. In the second half of season 1 and these final 3 episodes, I'm going to start worrying for Michonne too. You're like, that's how drastic this show is. And that's what I like about it. I'm actually on the verge of saying oh man, Michonne could die in this show. That is some real tension. I don't feel like we've had that in a long time, Dead City, I didn't really feel that, because it's Maggie and Negan's show. Daryl Dixon, I didn't really feel that because it's called Daryl Dixon, and all the rest of them are like new characters, In this show, they write the new characters in a great way to where I care when they die. That's problem number 1 solved. Second off, we are to a point where I am saying, okay, not right now, but towards the end of season 1, I am going to get a little bit on edge of my seat a little bit for Michonne's character, And that, let alone, is something that we've needed from this franchise. I want to be nervous about these characters again. I want to be, and it's not because I want the characters to die. I love Rick, I love Michonne, I love, everybody else, but I like having stakes. I like when I sit down on Sundays and watch The Walking Dead, I want to be sitting there like, oh shit, with Angela Kang, I just kind of sit there, and again, it's no offense to her, I'd be sitting there in the later seasons, I'd be like, Negan's on his knees, Annie's about to die, okay, Annie could die, sure, but Negan will make it out, it's like, I didn't get that with Angela Kang. Scott Gimple, he scares the shit out of you with some of the shit he does, and you cannot deny it, it's well done. As much as he gets hate, the guy's a genius when it comes to that. And credit where credit is due, 100%. So, and I don't know about y'all, I think Scott Gimple's making a comeback. I really do. I never felt like he needed to make one, but this show is fucking awesome. So I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on all the deaths going on and the ones who lived. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Post comments down below. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys very soon for more videos of The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.